Hey, how come we couldn't talk on the phone?
Things are a little dicey around the office.
Yeah, mine too. Process server was at the federal building looking for me. Good thing you didn't have access to the upper floors.
Oh my God, this has got to be Matt Braden.
The attorney in your murder case?
Yeah.
What does he want?
You. On the stand to jam me up over this business with my brother.
Simon was cleared.
It doesn't matter. When I helped him, he was a suspect who jumped bail. That's a felony.
You cooperated with the FBI and I cleared
And
you.
they can still make you testify.
Look, I can keep ducking this guy till the trial's over. As long as I stay out of his reach, you're fine.
Dean, this is not your problem.
You helped bring Simon in and you made it right. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. The problem is, I can't go home. Bastard process server has my address.
Sorry, but they've got mine too.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hello and welcome to yet another Munch My Benson. I'm joined on the line as always by my lovely co-host Josh. How's it going up in the far north, Josh?
It's going all right. We got some snow earlier in the week, but it's pretty much gone now. It's melted because it's getting back up into. I mean, we had a record high day earlier in the month.
Nice.
And yeah, no, it's been pleasant weather-wise. Aside from the snow, I had to spend like 4 hours going to and from and sitting at the DMV a couple days ago. So
That's
that
always
was fun.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now you're a real Minnesotan again. Or will be in 2 to 3 weeks when you get your driver's license mailed to you.
I think it's going to be a lot longer than that. I think I'm going to have a dumb paper license for a while.
Nice.
But yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I had to take care of that. You know, is one of those things you have to do.
Yeah.
So
I realized I didn't introduce myself. My name, of course, is Adam, and I'm in Galveston. The weather today is absolutely stunning. We had a cold front rolled through yesterday. It was kind of warm and muggy for the last, week or so, and today it is gloriously sunny and clear. I walked the dog and the boy over to the dog park and threw the ball for Bandit for a while. And now, then I worked out. I did a little kettlebell workout. Now I'm drinking a beer, doing my fluid replenishment. I got a high-low, which is what do you call that? A session IPA from Cigar City Brewing, the Tampa brewery. It's
Nice.
Really good brewery. You drinking anything?
Did you get a variety pack? Or
I did. They had a variety pack the last time I went to HEB, and it had some nice ones in there. They do a double IPA that wasn't as. There's something about double IPAs. There's like a, I don't know if it's a sweetness or there's something
I think that comes with the higher the alcohol
Yeah.
concentration in a beer, the kind of sweeter it tastes to me generally.
Yeah.
But
This one didn't have that effect. It still seemed kind of like light and refreshing, but hits you like a truck. It's still got like close to 9% alcohol. So
Okay.
that one was really good. I'm a big fan of that one.
I am sipping on a Surly Rivet Head. Surly's a Minneapolis brewery. So it is a West Coast style India Pale Ale. It's like 7%. So
Nice.
but it's also from a variety pack. Nice. So
Yeah,
I got a 12 pack of 4 different kinds of Surly beers. Most of it's IPA, but there's a dry Irish stout that was tasty.
Well, that sounds fun.
Maybe I'll have that if we need to have a second beer on this episode.
I'm probably going to have a second beer on this episode.
Yeah. I'm also drinking a coffee.
Nice. Now, we are going to have to talk about this episode at some point, but I've been, there's been kind of news and things that I've watched that I think are very SVU relevant. There was just a big mass shooting of kind of, marginal immigrant sex workers.
Asian massage, Asian massage parlor employees.
Yeah, it's very depressing, very upsetting event that just seems to only happen here and keeps happening. And that's
weird what happens when racism keeps getting stoked.
Yeah, it's true. And you know, racism and no access to whatever, any kind of mental or health care or anything like that for both the victims and the perpetrators, and, you know, just infinite access to guns, and just, you know, just a culture that, you know, somehow it's amazing how when these like young white guys commit these attacks against, you know, minorities, they always seem to survive. They never do when it's other ways around. It's just really fucked up. Speaking of fucked up, I finished Allen vs. Pharaoh. I guess we probably watched it on Monday. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we watched it Sunday night when it came out.
How many hours is it?
It's 4 episodes. I think they're each about an hour and a half. It is extremely compelling, particularly if you, like me, at one point were a big fan of Woody Allen, which I was when I was younger. And man, oh man, do I feel icky about that now. Like, tell you one thing, I'm not going to watch anymore. Not going to watch any more Woody Allen movies. Because it's pretty horrifying stuff. Worse than, you know, I remember the controversy back in the 90s when I was younger.
Right.
And I did not...
When he married Sunyi.
Yeah, Sunyi Previn. I did not have any inkling of knowledge about the stuff with Dylan Farrow, his daughter. Pretty fucked up shit.
You know, he had a team of press hitmen that would just fucking annihilate anyone who came after him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they tipped the scales all kinds of places. There was a like Yale psychologist that was used by the Connecticut State Police to do a
hit job, I'm assuming.
No, the Connecticut State Police were trying to you know, they were doing it in good faith, but they hired this Yale psychologist to do a what would you call it, like an assessment of Dylan. She was 7 years old at the time of the attack, and this guy was clearly compromised by Allen's money in some way, whether it was, you know, whomever actually got to him, he was totally compromised by them, and they've been using his assessment ever since, even though it's like really fucked up.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, so that was really fun to watch. Though I have to give the filmmakers a lot of credit, because this is a really upsetting subject just in every shape and fashion. You know, these are real people. It's not SVU. And it's really dark. But they managed to do this kind of funny thing with their editing. So there's a lot of clips from, you know, news shows and interviews and things like that, at award shows. And they managed to work in every single one of these somebody who's also been Me Too'd. So if it's an award show, if it's the Academy Awards, they cut away to Kevin Spacey clapping. If it's an interview show, it's Charlie Rose. You know, it's like, you know, it is just like, if it's
or
Alan,
Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer, exactly. Matt Lauer is in there. It just every single one is one of those, and they don't explicitly come out and say it, but if you were paying attention, it's. I want to say it's funny, but it's just kind of
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, but what it does is it makes you laugh because you see what they're doing, but at the same time it shows you, holy shit, the industry is
it's pervasive.
completely just overwhelmed by these fucking people, and they have all the power, and it's really fucked up. So good on, you know, the stars and showrunners of SVU for not being those people, as far as we know. They seem to actually be fairly outspoken advocates for exactly. Other than that, I watched a couple great Rockfords, which somehow had slipped through the cracks for me in the past.
What ones?
2 nights ago, I watched the one where Rockford pretends to be an Oklahoma oil man and puts up an oil derrick in front of the shady
in front of that hotel.
The hotel that's ripping off Becker.
Yeah. Oh man, that one's so good. It's a timeshare, right? Like they're giving Becker a time. Well, like why the fuck does Becker need a timeshare?
No. They hoodwinked Becker into investing in the lobby. He didn't even get a timeshare. He thought he was getting a timeshare.
Yeah. Well, and that man, those episodes where Rockford's running a con are so good. You know, he brings in Angel, and Angel's his oil guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
And then
that episode's fantastic.
That episode is one of my favorite ones that I've seen. And then the other
one of the most fun Rockford Files ever. It's just a fucking delight.
Yeah, and then the other one I watched was another amazing Angel episode. It's Angel like stuffs $30,000 into the door of Jim's car, and then it proceeds to get stolen by these mobsters. And then Angel and Jim are going to get murdered by two different sets of mobsters. Fucking amazing, man.
Fucking Angel.
And this, and this one, Becker, like one of my favorite things I've ever seen. Like we are talking to Becker, and nobody has a quarter, so he picks the coffee dispensing machine. Instead of using a quarter, he like uses a paper clip to get a coffee. And then like a little bit later on, when he's refusing to do a favor for Jim, the police department's about to investigate who's stealing coffee from the coffee machine. It's fucking another just delightful episode. And somehow I've never seen him. I think I like jumped to Gear Jammers, which is one of those mega two-parters.
Gear Jammers is not really that fun.
It's less fun than you want it to be for being a Rocky, Rocky-centered two-parter.
Yeah, Gear Jammers not great. We just finished WandaVision, which was really good, and which you surely don't care about because have you seen any of the Marvel movies?
I don't think I've seen a single Marvel movie unless you count Howard the Duck as a Marvel comic. Cinematic Universe film.
It's the first Marvel movie that was adapted to the big screen.
So in that case, yes, I have seen Marvel movies.
Okay. So WandaVision was good. We're watching Wayne, which is this two of the executive producers are the screenwriters of Deadpool, and
that's right.
They wrote some of the episodes. It's created by somebody else who I don't really know his work, but Wayne's really fun. It's on Amazon. It's just one season. I think it was originally on YouTube, like YouTube Premium, and then once that dissolved, landed on Amazon. But it's like this kid from like a rough part of Boston who just basically brawls his way through life in general. But like he still has like a code that he sort of lives by.
Is his name Marky Mark?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But Dean Winters is in it, and he's pretty fucking great.
Yeah, as we've seen, Dean Winters can be good occasionally.
And this is him as a scuzzy like piece of shit. He's the dad of the girl that Wayne runs off with. Yeah. Because Wayne runs off to Florida. The car is a '79 Trans Am Firebird.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so very, obviously Rockford Files. It's the car, and it's gold, but it has the Firebird on the hood.
Nice.
So yeah, it's cool. He's going down to Florida to steal this car back. Yeah, and hilarity and hijinks ensue along the way. So it's fun.
Yeah. So today, folks, we're talking about the finale of season 8. It's called Screwed. It was written by Judith McCreary and directed by Arthur Forney. And guys, the title is a giveaway because for the next 45 minutes of your life, if you decide to watch this one, you're screwed. So let's just get to it. So I just want to say that there were approximately at least 5, maybe 6 episodes that one possibly should have watched to really understand all of the interpersonal dynamics going on in this one. I think that there's a backstory episode for every main cast member minus Munch.
Yeah, I did watch Venom, which is the one that, obviously directly leads to this. So I'll break that down a little bit after we get through the recap and the guest stars.
So this wasn't a second part of a two-parter either. It kind of feels that way, but it was not. It was kind of at the end of season 8 wrapping up a host of different storylines, some of which started back in season 7.
Yeah, this case specifically, the Darius Parker case, was season 7, episode 18.
Yeah. So, with that out of the way, let's get to this recap. Things go off the rails before we even see a single cast member, as the curtain rises to a pair of disgraced real-life former prosecutors and television personalities giving us the lowdown on a trial in progress. A woman and her infant son had been brutally murdered, and the defendant is none other than Finn Tutuola's stepson, Darius Parker. The trial is not going well. The investigation by SVU has been botched. Finn's ex-wife, Teresa, has threatened to flee rather than testify against her estranged son, and Finn, Elliot, and Benson are all subpoenaed as witnesses for the defense. If that wasn't enough of a mess, Elliot is charged with assaulting a reporter outside the precinct. How will our lovable squad survive this hour of television? Chief of Detectives Mulgrew requests a rundown of the Darius Parker case. And so we're kind of given a walkthrough on what happened way back in season 7. The initial investigation had discovered a bloody crime scene and a murder weapon, which was a folding-bladed knife. Now, the bodies were only discovered after a confession from Darius, which had since been deemed inadmissible and thrown out from the trial. Because of the nature of these proceedings, SVU will be on trial as much, if not more, than the accused. Meanwhile, Ken Randall and Munch try unsuccessfully to persuade Teresa to testify, but she is terrified of discussing Darius's father. Now, for some reason, Darius is acting as second chair for his own defense behind the zany brother from Wings, so I guess we'll be treated to some witness intimidation as we slog through the next 35 minutes of trial together. Thankfully, medical examiner Warner is our first witness. She gives us a lurid description of the attack with some very gross details. The victim in this case had died from exsanguination after presumably Darius had stabbed her repeatedly in the vagina. Teresa is next apprehended attempting to buy a bus ticket and flee, and she's forced to testify. Now, in this case, she attempts to plead the fifth, but her request is denied because she hadn't actually committed a crime. Now, she is let off in cuffs rather than divulge the information that she doesn't want to talk about. So at this point, let's dig up some dirt on these SVUs. Finn has a large number of questions regarding his time as a narco undercover. Why did he test positive for drugs? Why did he store some of those drugs in his glove box? Benson has some questions regarding the ludicrous story of her half-brother Simon Marsden, who we at Munch My Benson are meeting for the first time. Now, even though it makes zero sense considering the outcome of his case, Olivia is accused of aiding and abetting a fugitive. Munch is accused by his co-workers of botching the Darius interview. What else could possibly go wrong? As if on cue, Kathy Stabler enters the squad house with the news that she's pregnant. Thankfully, like a DC-3 delivering badly needed medical supplies to an isolated village north of the Arctic Circle, Detective Chester Lake joins SVU to help out while the main cast's lives are all falling apart. Lake realizes that Darius must have an informant inside the police department, so he and Finn go looking for said informant. After a stakeout, it's revealed to be a paper pusher downtown with a grudge against Cragen. Cragen had derailed his career 15 years ago, and he's been stuck in an office ever since. He wants the same fate to befall Cragen. Well, looks like Elliot's not just getting off the hook with an assault charge and a new infant. He's also getting accused of getting his daughter Kathleen out of a DUI charge. This accusation has the double effect of forcing Judge Donnelly to recuse herself due to her own knowledge of that incident. The defense is just killing it right now. Finally, Olivia convinces Teresa Randall to testify, and she reveals that Darius was the product of rape by her own father. Darius is found not guilty a full 4 minutes before curtains, and we are subjected to a weird off-brand Enya song montage, which has Novak in trouble with DA Branch, Cragen in dress blues getting dressed down by his superiors, Kathleen Stabler getting hauled off in cuffs in front of an impotent Elliot, Benson testifying about her own misconduct to IAB, and Finn and Ken chatting with Darius in front of the courthouse about the old times. We are left with a how on earth did SVU survive this mangled mess of an episode for 15 more seasons, Dick Wolf?
Who's going to change my bag?
Yep.
I mean, really, if I watched this in season 8, I would be like, oh man, they're not getting picked up for season 10. Like, this is the end.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out if this whole episode is happening because there are like behind the scenes like contract negotiations going on. I couldn't verify that, but I suspected that was maybe what was afoot. Is that, well, you know, maybe there's going to be a shakeup. Fuck y'all. I know, obviously, in season 8, they're also like leaning in a little more to having you know, an element of serialized storytelling going on that wasn't present before. That's where all the Simon Marsden shit's coming from. That's where Dean Porter is. That's where the whole Kathleen bullshit's coming in.
Yeah.
And you know, this is the season that Stabler separated from Kathy. And so it's just all sort of like, this is a really character plot driven season. I don't know that it worked.
This is the season where we see Stabler strike out with Connie Nielsen, right?
Well, they make out at his Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, that's right. They did make out at the Wrangler.
And then you know, they got cock blocked by a body dropping, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Connie Nielsen decided. Well, I think she killed. Didn't she kill? What's his name?
She did kill. She killed
Omar,
him,
right?
Yeah,
Did
she
kill?
killed Michael K. Williams. Yeah. She plugged him
Nice.
in the chest. Or no, she plugged him through. He was driving at her.
Yeah. Didn't kill Elliot's boner, that's for sure.
Nope. He was still raring to go. Okay, so I guess we dive into guest stars real quick.
I guess so. I've made a kind of commitment to myself to not take any notes about this episode, so it's
Yeah,
going to be
that's fine.
It's going to be a little free form as we go through this one, but
All right, so for guest stars, we'll start with Adam Beach, Chester Lake.
Yeah.
He finally joins the unit here. This is his second appearance on SVU, first appearing in Outsider, which was episode 12 from season 8. In the Annals of Munch My Benson, we also covered him in Trade in episode 19. Nothing screams Cancun spring break like moose antlers. That episode's actually really good, unlike this one that we're watching. This is a decidedly beachhead podcast.
yes,
Yes.
we are avowed beachheads here.
Yes. The producers did him no favors, but Lake still ruled.
And I think he had an interesting character. Like I think they could have done a lot with him, honestly.
Yeah, but they really fucked him over.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Beach, we talked about him a little bit in the Trade episode also, but he spent his early years on the Lake Manitoba Dog Creek First Nations Reserve. Both of his parents died in separate accidents when he was 8, within 2 months of each other. He moved to Winnipeg with his grandmother shortly thereafter. As an actor, he's been in Smoke Signals, Wind Talkers, Skinwalkers, Flags of Our Fathers, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, Arctic Air, which Adam has talked about having watched earlier in the podcast. He's also in Hostiles, Juanita, and The New Mutants. Those are kind of more recent things he's been in. Moving on to Ludacris.
Yeah.
Chris Bridges. He's playing Darius Parker here. He was born in Champaign, Illinois.
Really? Shout out.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to Champaign and its resident who listens to the podcast. He lived there and in the greater Chicago area until high school, when he moved to Virginia for a year and then Atlanta. He is a distant cousin of Richard Pryor. This is his second appearance on SVU as Darius Parker. He's a pretty big hip hop star.
No, really?
Yeah, responsible for hits like Roll Out and Stand Up. Most importantly, though, he's fucking Tej from the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah.
So, those movies fucking rule, and so does he.
Fast 5 might be one of the best action movies of all time.
Oh, Fast 5 is just fucking insane. It's so
insane.
good.
Yeah.
For Jackie's birthday this last year, we watched all of the Fast and Furious movies.
Nice.
It took like 3 days, but it was totally worth it. Ludacris is also in Hustle and Flow, The Shitty Crash,
Yeah.
Max Payne, which was also terrible, Gamer, which is fucking awesome, and then like more recently is in The Ride and John Henry, which I haven't seen.
Yeah, I feel like Luda was underutilized in this one. I feel like they
He had a lot of screen time, that's for sure.
but they put him in this ridiculous position of defending himself.
Yeah,
with another
and
attorney.
somehow like out lawyering Novak.
Yeah, which it doesn't quite make sense.
No,
even if he's a criminal genius, he might realize that maybe I'll just let the zany brother from Wings represent me, because he seems to be doing a pretty damn good job, honestly.
Yeah, if we'll talk about it a little more. It makes more sense with what happened in Venom that he might be this smart, but anyway, we'll get there eventually. Moving on to Steven Weber.
Yeah, speak of the devil.
Yeah. Yep. So he's playing defense attorney Matthew Braden here. He shows up 2 more times in season 9. He also shows up later in Criminal Intent as a different character. He starred in Wings, obviously Adam's favorite show ever.
Yeah, I mean, easily.
I feel like the only show you watch more than Wings is Murder, She Wrote.
And
then Rockford Files is after it.
You don't know how often I've seen every episode of Columbo, so
fair enough. Even the hour and a half long ones.
They're all an hour and a half, Josh. At least all like the classic ones are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't finished them as many times as I've started them because it's a weird frame. There's no. Because you know that he's going to solve the case, and you know what happened in the first half an hour.
Right.
It's hard to kind of
just watching him
out.
figure out how they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low stakes, I guess.
Yeah, low stakes. So then Steven Weber, in addition to having starred in Wings, was in Jeffrey, which was an indie film I feel like it was indie, maybe it was actually studio, but it was sort of a 90s. He was playing a gay lead. And there was a whole AIDS storyline with Patrick Stewart getting a lot of Oscar buzz, but ultimately not getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor for it. Then he was also in the late 90s miniseries incarnation of The Shining and the Larry David feature Sour Grapes. He's also heavily featured in guest or recurring or supporting roles in iZombie, Party Down, Indebted, 13 Reasons Why, the Get Shorty series, House of Lies, NCIS New Orleans, and Psych.
Who you got next? I've got mostly my notes are all about smaller characters.
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
so.
No, I've still got more.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have a million.
Well, I actually sort of went light on this one because a lot of it's just boring bullshit. And we've covered we don't need to go into Ken again.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need to go into Peter Garrity again.
No.
So I skipped some of them, and honestly, I don't want to give Nancy Grace or Star Jones any time. Like, what's the point?
I did research both of them, and
yeah,
they're both fairly disgraced. It's actually pretty.
But
pretty
some
amazing.
of it happened after this, didn't it?
It's
like
kind
with Nancy Grace specifically, didn't that happen after this episode?
Well, I think some of the worst Nancy Grace stuff was happening right about this time and after. The Star Jones stuff, I mean, she got booted from The View basically for using screen time on The View to basically like promote products that were paying her kickbacks.
Yeah, sure.
She left being a DA and she was a Brooklyn district attorney.
Yeah.
Basically, immediately, as soon as she could get a better paycheck, she left that for like celebrity talk show circuits.
Yeah,
Nancy Grace is kind of fucked up though, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't want to. Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care enough to.
Okay.
I don't need to give her any.
She's ruined a lot of people's lives. Nancy Grace has with her TV shows.
She sucks.
Yeah.
That's short enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Michael Weston is playing Simon Marsden.
Mm-hmm.
He's the son of Tony winner John Rubenstein, who was in Children of a Lesser God. That's what he won a Tony for. He originated the role that William Hurt plays in the film. He's also the grandson of world-renowned pianist Arnold Rubenstein.
Okay.
This is his 4th appearance in SVU as Simon Marsden, all popping up in season 8. He shows up 2 more times after this, most recently in season 21. He's clearly tight with Zach Braff as he's in Garden State, Wish I Was Here, Last Kiss, and some episodes of Scrubs. He is also in Gamer, Crank High Voltage, which is almost as awesome as Fast Five, and liberal arts. On TV, he's had recurring roles in House, 6 Feet Under, Psych,
I mean,
The Resident, and Home After Dark.
don't
Home Before Dark.
downplay his 6 Feet Under performance is very memorable.
It's been so long since I've seen that I didn't even remember the kidnapper.
Yeah, he was the guy who kidnapped David in 6 Feet Under and forced him to smoke crack, and like it was like this episode that was like such a departure for everything that had been happening, and was sort of this catalyst for other things happening after that. I don't remember all the fallout, but he was essentially just kind of this. It was Deus Ex Machina, but in a way that was really terrifying to watch. That was a seminal episode of television. That one.
He's a lot of fun in House. He is this PI that House hires. And he's in like, I don't know, it feels like 12 episodes or so, but he'll just bring him in to do like random, House bullshit. And it's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up is I'll go with Lisa Gay Hamilton.
Yeah.
She's playing Teresa Randall. This is her 2nd of 3 appearances as this character. She also guest starred in an episode of Homicide. So, when combined with Peter Garrity and Ernest Waddell, who we've talked about before, but both appeared in The Wire, that makes this a double brain melter because Homicide is obviously also in the Munchiverse.
Yeah, and Homicide is definitely in the Wireverse.
Yeah, for sure. So she was a series regular in The Practice, Chance, The First, and Men of a Certain Age, which I believe is now mercifully streaming on Paramount Plus. She was just Calpurnia in Aaron Sorkin's Broadway production of To Kill a Mockingbird. Film-wise, she's been in Crush Groove, Reversal of Fortune, 12 Monkeys, Jackie Brown, The Sum of All Fears, Loveless, like Linda Lovelace, Vice, Ad Astra, and maybe most importantly, Take Shelter, which everyone should see. Maybe watch that instead of this episode of SVU.
Yeah, watch Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown's probably my favorite Tarantino movie.
Oh, yeah, Jackie Brown's great.
Yeah.
Then we've got John Schuck, who's playing Chief of Detectives Muldrew here.
Yeah.
He's in 8 episodes of SVU, including Haunted, which we covered back in episode 2. Whatever the fuck that was called. There's something about Mike Sandoval comes in the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, of course, the Klingon ambassador in 2 different Star Trek films. Star Trek
he's been
6.
in 4 different Star Trek projects.
Yeah.
And he was in Babylon 5.
Yeah.
He's in 2 Star Trek films, and then he's in Enterprise and Voyager.
Nice. But
he was in a bunch of Altman's early 70s films. He was in MASH. He's playing Painless in MASH. He's in Brewster McCloud, Thieves Like Us, McCabe and Mrs. Miller. In MASH, he was the first person to say fuck or fucking in a major studio film.
Really? No way.
Yeah. He was also, since we're talking about Columbo earlier, he was Sergeant Enright in Macmillan and Wife, which you can watch on Peacock now. And that's one of the Columbo, Macmillan and Wife. They were in a cycle of like once a month shows that would run in part of their like Saturday mystery hour or whatever.
Yeah. Almost more like TV movies, really, than just shows.
But it was a series.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
would do what, 6 a year, I think, 6 or 8 a year. But they were like an hour, and like runtime, they're like between an hour and a half and 2 hours. Yeah, with commercials added in. And then. But they were also like of higher quality because you're only having to produce.
Oh, exactly. That's kind of what I mean.
Like movie quality.
Like the Columbos, especially the early, like the 60s, early 70s ones are definitely movie quality. I mean, they're really well produced. Sure. They're beautiful.
And you're not generally getting that in early 70s shows.
No.
So.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Streets of San Francisco or something like that, it looks like shit now.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
any number of shows, Ironside, or any of those shows that are on, the over the air like old TV shows channels like Decades or whatever the fuck they're called.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 2 actors left. I've got Vincent Spano.
Yeah, Vincent Spano. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is his 3rd of 5 appearances on SVU as FBI agent Dean Porter. I'll get into that character a little bit later. And then he was in Rumblefish,
Yeah.
Alphabet City, Maria's Lovers, where he met the mother of his child, Nastasia Kinski. He was in God Created Woman,
Yeah. He was.
Oscar,
Yeah.
and Alive. In Oscar, he was either the kid who was trying to get with Oscar's daughter, or he was like his Oscar's right-hand man. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it.
He was the captain of the Uruguayan soccer team in Alive, who like refuses to eat the last chocolates and dies because of it, and so they eat him.
That's cool.
Yeah, as what happens in Alive.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them get eaten.
Yeah, not Ethan Hawke. Nobody eats Ethan Hawke.
No, you can't eat Ethan Hawke. And then a last one I've got notes for is Jack McGee, who's playing Lieutenant Alan James. Mm-hmm. He's in so much shit. He was main cast early on and recurring for the 4th season of Rescue Me. Mm-hmm. That's probably the most notable thing that as far as he's in a bunch of fucking episodes, and it was, moderately important, I guess.
Yeah. Let's say he is typecast as a cop or a bartender.
Or a coach.
Yeah,
He's
or a
got
coach.
Heavy coach
Exactly.
vibes.
Yeah, he was a coach in Soccer Dog European Cup, which I think was one of the later installments in the Soccer Dog cinematic universe.
He's in 6 episodes of Pitch, and I assume as a coach. Mm-hmm. He's in Moneyball. Yeah, I believe.
I mean, he's he's the sheriff in Basic Instinct, who's
isn't in Fighter? Isn't he one of the? He's like his coach in Fighter too.
Yeah, he is a like maybe one line, but he's not Jacques Renault, but he's another bartender in Twin Peaks at the Roadhouse. Original, it's season 2. But he is a bartender and a cop or a coach in everything. Oh, no, not in Lethal Weapon 2. He was a carpenter in Lethal Weapon 2.
Well, he's young enough to pass as a carpenter then.
Yeah.
He aged out of carpentry. He's in Overnight Delivery.
Oh, I take it back. He was a carpenter many times back then because he was a carpenter in Scrooged.
Yeah. So he's in Overnight Delivery, the Paul Rudd movie, Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon, comedy in '98. Yeah. Kind of the first Paul Rudd star vehicle.
He was in Cool as Ice, Josh.
He was also in Chairman of the Board.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of fucking movies. He's in Lethal Weapon 3 and Lethal Weapon 2 as the same character. He's recurring, apparently. He's that important that he has to be back. He's in Showgirls.
Yeah, he's in Showgirls. I mean, he's really in some important films. So he's got just so many credits. It just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
He's
I think he's a pretty memorable carpenter in Scrooged as well.
Yeah.
So that's what he does apparently.
Such a weird episode.
I'm gonna unload Venom real quick. Venom is the episode that happened like before this in terms of the case. Yeah. That's where Darius is discovered to have been the murderer. So Venom, this is a really quick breakdown of what happens after Ken was initially suspected but cleared of a double homicide. It turns out that the blood at the years-old murder scene is a familial match to Ken. It's a brother who he never knew he had. The guy he grew up thinking was his cousin, Darius Parker, and they're close, but they thought they were cousins. Darius plays the cop, bringing up a robbery he was awaiting trial on while he's being questioned, and for which he had representation that was not present during any of the questioning. So during this whole thing, he he confesses and leads the unit to the bodies. Again, sans lawyer, meaning that both the confession and bodies were inadmissible in court per the standard set in Texas v. Cobb. No one knew that Darius was Ken's half-brother, and the whole case is left hanging for over a year, because that was season 7, episode 18, and that's where we pick up in this episode. Whatever. It's the first episode's not that interesting. This one isn't either.
Really? I figured that it would have been
the first
a lot
one's
more fun.
better than this.
Yeah.
The first one's better than this, but it's still.
When I saw that Ludacris was like the main cast member, I didn't remember this episode, and I was like, "Oh shit, Ludacris is great."
I did remember it. I remember the episode very well, and so I knew where everything was going the whole time. Thankfully, I only had to watch it once.
Yeah, I watched it twice. It was
yeah,
brutal.
the second time I'm sure is even worse.
Yeah, it was brutal.
So opening on Nancy Grace talking murder trial with Star Jones. Talk about an unexciting cold open.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I've seen
then
this
we get
show
Nancy.
before.
Yeah, we get Nancy Grace dropping an exposition bomb on us, at least loosely setting up where the case was left in season 7, episode 18. And this was at a time when people were not going to be like, it's not like the Law and Order fandom wiki was up. Like you're like, oh, I vaguely remember this, so I get it makes sense to have this exposition bomb, but. Then we get another exposition dump in the first 5 minutes, courtesy of Chief of D's. C of D's Mole Drew coming down and needing a breakdown of the case.
It's almost like this should have been a 2-parter back in season 7, and then they wouldn't have had to do this. Instead, they just decided, well, we're going to bring Luda back out of the blue.
Yeah. It really feels like it's coming out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. We're
So
going to wrap
Novak's
up everybody's stories with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Novak.
Yeah. It feels like Novak's getting primed for the unit being put on trial, which, as I'm taking these notes, going through the episode, and I've seen this, I know that that's exactly what happens. And so, okay, well here, that's what we're cruising toward.
Here we go.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
Darius has upgraded lawyers here. His lawyer in Venom, his previous episode was then defense attorney and later judge Hashi Horowitz, who's played by Joe Grafasi, and we saw him as the defense attorney in Underbelly, where he's playing Michael K. Williams' defense attorney, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
But now he's got your boy Steven Weber, and I'm sure that made you at least a little happy.
I mean, sort of, but I'd already, just seeing Nancy Grace and Star Jones already sank my my hopes for this episode so much that it's like, that exposition dump was just like, oh, great, they're actually making an episode of the show that is just like a headline news CNN show.
Yeah.
And how fun is it to watch that?
Not very.
Yeah.
So we cut to the courtroom pretty quickly. Warner gets to drop more gruesome details about the graphic nature of the murder on the stand.
Yeah, just about the only sort of fun moment of the show is the details that Warner drops.
I mean, and it's so gruesome that it's not even funny.
No, it's really gruesome. It's brutal.
It's just,
it's lurid, but it is so gruesome.
So she also nearly causes a mistrial, mentioning the 14-month-old son of the victim who was murdered, but whose death was only confirmed when he was unearthed after having been buried alive with his mother. The discovery of which was deemed fruit from the poisoned tree in Venom. We've got Teresa Randall trying to run twice, which is pretty fucking irksome.
Yeah.
I totally understand why she wouldn't want to divulge that she was raped by her father, but as a viewer, this plot device is super irritating. Mm-hmm. The unit's just having to go chase her down every time she's trying to get away. It's not fun. It's just fucking.
No, you have a
point?
chance to, to reference legendary pedophile and filmmaker Roman Polanski here, because it is, echoes of Chinatown. And they don't make it interesting. They don't make it stylish. They don't make it good. They don't make us think about Chinatown, which is also extremely problematic because Roman Polanski is a real shithead. But is a film that is better than this one. That is for sure.
That's for sure. So this Tyrone Hart evidence mishandling with Finn is another kind of tired plot device, especially since it's involving a case that we have no relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
And like it happened 10 fucking years ago and Finn was in narcotics. It's one of those like, you're trotting out backstory to fuck over a character, but like it doesn't have any weight because you didn't see it happen the first time.
Well, okay, so that actually, it did. This is the one time we didn't see it happen. We see it happen with everybody else.
But it's not with Kragen either.
Yeah,
and
not
that's
with
the other.
Kragen
That's
either.
the other.
Yeah.
That's even dumber.
Yeah,
that's like we've got this lieutenant coming out from fucking who knows where.
Yeah,
we've got Lieutenant Allen, whatever the fuck his name is, James,
who has a lifelong grudge against Kragen,
a 16-year-old grudge, but like. It's so fucking dumb. Like, okay, he was on the original series.
Yes, he was on the first 2 seasons of the original series.
Have it tie back to that. Uh-huh. What the fuck? That this doesn't tie into anything, and he's been on the show he's been in the universe off and on since 1990.
Yeah.
It's fucking asinine.
Exactly. I completely agree. And Finn, same thing. Finn's been on the show at this point for 7 years.
Yep.
We've
have it tie into something he did then.
Yeah, have hot Mike Sandoval get pissed at him for some reason.
Yeah,
you know, something fun at least. But just this whole idea that everybody's screwed because of Darius and fucking Steven Weber's brilliant lawyering is it's a kind of a bridge too far because. Yeah. They don't seem that brilliant when they're actually,
Well, and then, I mean, ultimately they're getting fed info by this guy. But again, them getting fed info by this guy with an axe to grind for fucking Kragen is just, it's such a, it's Deus Ex Machina, and it means fucking nothing.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no emotional weight to it at all.
None.
It's fucking stupid.
If it had just been maybe Finn's story, and only Finn was on trial here, you could have maybe fleshed out that incident enough to give it some depth. Yeah, but because they have to bring, Benson's bullshit with Simon Marsden in, which doesn't make any sense at all because that had been wrapped up in a previous episode.
Kind of. I mean, there was the fucking lie. The lie about her helping him. I know that was covered up. I mean, season 8 is when you have Benson and Stabler doing the most stupid shit.
Yeah,
it's like them at like max stupid shit for the whole fucking season, and so it is irksome that they're doing all this dumb shit.
Yeah.
And they should be like getting some comeuppance for it. But like we're bringing Finn into this bullshit, and it doesn't make any sense. So Finn and Ken's relationship gets even more strained, which isn't something I'm wild about seeing. Wallowing in Finn's home life while he was like in and out of UC work and narcotics is just not fun.
It's not interesting because it's just like there's it's the same argument every time that we see.
Yeah.
Like this is the only thing
this
about
is probably
Finn's
the last
backstory.
time it happens, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember for sure, but I think this is the last time that they sort of have this dumb fucking argument, thankfully.
Yeah, and like there's like a blow up between where Finn blows up at Ken when Ken says that he told Darius about that evidence, but but he's 10 years ago when he was a child, and Finn like why did you tell it to your therapist, and blows up at him. That was the one thing I was going to take a note on, because that was like, it's like, where's this coming from, Finn? It seemed like Ken is actually kind of being like the biggest adult in the entire fucking room here.
I mean, there was a hint of like the complaining about how he was as a dad when he was undercover. And
I guess
it was in the scene. I was watching for that.
I guess,
but it was still stupid.
But it was mostly just being like, Dad, look, like this happened a long time ago. I didn't know that this was going to come back to bite your ass.
Right.
That's not
which he does say.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we've got Agent Porter popping up. He's all over season 8. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, I know he's in Infiltrated, but I believe he was Liv's handler, where she's undercover with those like potential eco-terrorists.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah. He was in that episode, and he's the FBI agent in it, so I'm pretty sure he was her handler.
And it seems like they have a fairly close relationship, if you know what I mean. Because I think it's implied that they were going to go to the bone zone, or he was trying to get there.
Oh yeah. That's maybe my only favorite thing in this episode. My favorite thing in this episode was Porter trying to shack up with Benson to duck the process server. She's like, they know where I live, but he's definitely trying to get a piece. And I mean, I don't blame him. Yeah. Whatever. You know,
you shoot your shot, bro.
Shooting your shot. He didn't press past that. No. You know, take the shot. Who cares? You know, he's not handling her anymore, and they're clearly like on good terms. Anyway, so he pops up again 3 episodes prior to this, when her biological brother Simon Marsden runs when he runs from the police because he's being railroaded by a vengeful suburban police captain who believes erroneously that he raped her sister, and that captain is played by Kim Delaney. Anyway, back to the dumb episode.
I guess we should get into all the nonsense Elliot gets into this one.
Yes.
For an episode where he's barely in it,
there's a lot of bullshit.
A lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, so Elliot and Kathy are separated here because season 8 is living in a strange time.
Yeah.
Of course, Kathy's pregnant, which recalls that great line from Choice, season 5, episode 7, which we covered in fucking episode... I've got it. Which we covered in episode 39. Mm-hmm. We're looking at this sandwich handling through pandemic eyes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And he in that episode he said, if Kathy got pregnant again, I'd shoot myself.
Yeah. Well, he didn't do that.
Yeah, 3 seasons later, he got that news and did not kill himself.
Yeah.
So, I loved that bit.
The first time we see him in this episode, he's assaulting a reporter.
Sort of. That's one of those, the reporter's getting up in his face and he doesn't really assault him. It's one of those, like, if you're going to call that assault, then I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be a reporter. No. Maybe you shouldn't be standing on the steps with a fucking mic, sticking it in people's faces. I really don't feel like that's assault, but whatever. So, then we mercifully get Lake.
Yeah.
As we mentioned before, he's introduced 10 episodes prior in a case that Ken, who was an RA on campus, brought to Finn.
Yeah. Lake is the only sort of like island of good police work and good acting.
Oh yeah,
really of any.
I mean, he immediately bails out Finn and susses out that Darius has got some cop feeding them information, or that Darius's team. It's obviously not Darius. It's fucking Steven Weber.
Steven Weber, who used to be a cop, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he's great, and then he's gone. As soon as he shows up, he's gone. Just like his SVU career writ large.
Yeah, one goddamn season. How have we done more? I can't remember if we talked about this in an episode before, but how the fuck have we done? This is just the second Lake episode, and he's in a full fucking season.
Yeah, well, because we've only done one. Trade's the only season 9 episode we've done.
I know, but
and he was barely in that one.
How have we drawn multiple Josh Pice episodes, multiple Michaela McManus episodes? Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Multiple Sherry Appleby episodes.
Yeah, what the hell? How? I mean, Graylick is the second shortest tenured main cast member in the Law and Order universe.
We've seen Graylick like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, it's fucked. Anyway, so. When Stabler tells Liv that Kathy's pregnant, Liv's like, so what are you going to do? And Elliot's like, he pauses and sort of looks indignant. What do you mean by that? I love how awkward that exchange was.
Yeah.
And is Liv suggesting like that Stabler would, that Elliot and Kathy would have an abortion here? Because, I mean, he's super Catholic.
Yeah. But it's also like, come on, your kids are like adults. They're getting DUIs now.
Yeah. And I love that Kathleen's gonna go up for a DUI now. You know, she gets fucking hauled off at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Stabler has to sit down with IAB. It's fun times in the Stabler household.
That's not how that would go down. Like, Stabler would drive Kathleen to a station and check her in. They wouldn't haul her off in cuffs. Like, that's not how that would work. Just a quick aside. Speaking of short-lived Law and Order universe cast members, I always thought my dog would be voiced by Skeet Ulrich if he had a Look Who's Talking Now role.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just the one that immediately sprang to mind.
That tracks. That makes sense. I mean, I liked Law and Order LA.
Yeah, it was good. It had a refreshingly different, kind of like, cinematographic language,
Okay.
right?
Because it's LA.
It's LA and it's bright and it's sunny and it's blue skies instead of being interiors and kind of gray exteriors. It was nice. It was different. Hold on, I signed up for the CDC's V-Safe after vaccination health checker, and I'm just going to spend 2 seconds telling them that I do not have any symptoms. Hold on. Because this is actually more interesting than this episode.
Skeet Ulrich's character was written out of the series partway through, right?
He was? I've not watched enough Law & Order LA episodes to know.
So it had a full season pickup in October, but then in January there's a creative overhaul, and Skeet Ulrich, Regina Hall, and Megan Boone all departed.
Weird. Well, that's not a good sign for your show.
he's in episodes 1 through 9 and then pops up again in 18 through 22. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there. And then Corey Stoll was in the whole season. He was awesome. I fucking love Corey Stoll.
Yeah, no, it was one that, I don't know. I guess maybe it was saturation with the Law and Order universe at that point. There was like 3 different shows that were all kind of highly rated at that point. So adding an extra one was kind of rough, but I don't know. All right, so where are we? Back to the dreadful episode. Can we just talk about this weird montage at the end? Do we need to go through the twists and turns?
I only have
Darius?
one more note.
Okay,
I only have
good.
one
Hit
more
it.
note.
Hit it.
I'm not even talking about the Darius trial at all.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It doesn't make any sense in real life.
Do we need to really revel in him getting fucking Teresa to like admit that her dad raped her?
Yeah.
Whatever. And then Liv voluntarily airs her dirty laundry with IAB, contract negotiations, or she voluntarily airs her dirty laundry with IAB, which makes me think that they must have been negotiating contracts here too.
Yeah. So
because everyone's up in the air, and so that I think this gave them leverage. And if they wrote off any cast member, they could just fucking write him off pretty easily because they left him in a spot where they could.
Yeah, really, everybody but Munch. I mean, Munch even is kind of on the ropes too because he screwed up the. But he's the only one that isn't in danger of getting thrown out of the unit at the end.
He's the least on the ropes.
Yeah.
Well, Lake isn't in danger, and that's delightful. I would have watched a show if season 9 had just become a fucking Munch and Lake season.
Yeah, a Chester Lake like Law and Order Brooklyn. Just have a Chester Lake thing.
We should just write fanfic about that.
We should pitch that. I mean, Adam Beach seems like a good dude, man. Like resurrect his character. Yeah, fanfic it up.
To do that. Yeah, fucking A.
And so the end.
That's all I've got.
The ending sequence, which is I timed it was like 4 minutes 30 seconds left in the episode. When
of all like end of season wire montage, that's the style that they're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. It's so disconcerting because we just don't hear music that much in Law and Order. I mean, nowadays it's a lot more common.
And they do it in the cold open usually now.
Yeah,
where they have Beck or some fucking bullshit pop song now.
But it's also like a pop song, and it's like upbeat or at least I don't know, somehow engaging. This time, they use this fucking weird, elven kind of sounding bullshit. Sounds like it should be from Lord of the Rings to kind of heighten the drama with all of our favorite SVU cast members' careers being on the ropes. Craig.
And thankfully, you looked this up.
I did look this up right at the last moment before we started recording, and it turns out. It is a song that is from the soundtrack to one of my least favorite movies that I've ever seen. I can say that fairly confidently.
And Max is actually singing it right now.
He is. Max actually speaks fluent Welsh, which is the language that I think is most heard in this. Apparently it's Persian and Welsh.
Yeah.
And it is the soundtrack to Crash. The 2004 Crash, not Cronenberg Crash.
Which did feature Ludacris. Mm-hmm. And it featured Jack McGee.
Really?
Lieutenant Alan James.
Really? Weird.
They're both in it.
Weird. So tie in there. Now, I feel like this episode kind of fits into the Crash milieu, basically grabbing all kinds of different storylines that are not very well fleshed out and forcing them together to make a whole that is even less well fleshed out. So in some ways, it was a good choice.
An apt choice.
Yeah, an apt choice. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, fuck this. Let's rate this.
Yeah, I really have nothing to say about this. It was not good. It was not fun. But we do have to rank it, and so it's time to do our job, such as it is, even though we don't get paid for it. But we have to put these into the canon of SVU episodes to see where they rank with the others that we've seen and the ones that we will eventually watch as we make our way through the nearly 500 episodes of this usually glorious TV series. So
not here though.
we have 4 criteria that we judge on. We do a 10-point scale to get that composite score. We do the quality, the guess, how problematic it was, and the depth and breadth of lives ruined. Now, okay, let's start there, because I feel like this is the one box where it does check that box, right? Like, a lot of people's lives get ruined in this one. Every main cast member's career is in jeopardy, even though we've seen this, a main cast member's career be in jeopardy before. I'm thinking of when Kragan wakes up next to the dead Australian woman, Pippa Black. But I feel like the stakes are so much lower here, right? Like everybody's career is on the ropes, but I don't actually feel like it matters. Whereas that time, Kragan wakes up and she's got a slit throat.
This is another season finale. And I think, with the network drama like schedule, you're going 4 months. You don't know if all the cast members are coming back.
Yeah.
It's not like it's nil. It's not nearly as bad as, staring down a potential murder rap.
Yeah, but it does seem like from your research, we're staring down a potential loss of a 6-figure per episode salary for some of the cast members.
I couldn't figure out if it was going on then. I know what goes on. I know there are tense contract negotiations a year later.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just setting the stage for that too.
But to me,
I don't know that they were under contract negotiations for, like, they may have been under contract for season 8 and season 9 when they were doing this, but they may have been like, hey, look, we can write any of you motherfuckers out.
See, to me, it felt like a misguided attempt at like joining
building suspense that isn't going to mean anything.
A serialization, like they realized, okay, all like the world is going to HBO series, right? This was in 2007.
This is after Lost has premiered.
Exactly. And Lost was another one that didn't know what it was doing with its storyline.
But it was a lot more heavily serious.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I feel like it's just an attempt to kind of like bring that into SVU, but have to wrap up all these storylines at once is not exactly how that works. That's not how you build a fan base for your show. And it's kind of a wonder, honestly, that it survived, because this was not a way to, this is not the way you want to leave your friends waiting for new content in, over the next 4 months, I think.
Right. I agree. But I do think that there is some weight to it.
Yeah.
Especially like, Kathleen's fucked.
Stabler's fucked. He's got a new fucking dumbass kid. Look how that's worked out with all his previous kids, except for Elizabeth. Elizabeth is the one that never gets into trouble, I think.
Right. Yeah. She's the golden child.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Teresa Randall, whose life is probably fucked here. I guess it was fucked already, but like now the secret of her dad raping her is out.
Yeah.
So that's no bueno.
Darius is left to kill again. Of course, he never comes back, so that bullet never gets fired.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably like a 5, right?
Yeah, it's a 5 because every single main cast member's life is in jeopardy at this point. So
well, no, it's probably more than a 5. It's probably a 6. I don't want to go that high, but there is at least weight. It's not, we're not dealing with those dumb situations where like nothing fucking matters and it's
exactly. I mean, really,
it's
like
not asunder.
It's Cragen should be fired for this. Liv.
Yeah, I mean, Cragen's going in front of the fucking CFDs. Novak's fucked. Branch is
Novak should be fired for this. Novak did a terrible job. We didn't even talk about Novak in this, but she did a terrible job.
Nancy Grace thinks she's lukewarm. Nancy Grace better watch her back if she doesn't want to get strung up in a candlelit staged autoerotic asphyxiation murder.
Yeah, no doubt. That would be a fitting end for somebody who's really but done nothing but libel people who were most likely innocent for most of her career.
Monster.
Yeah, she sucks. So how problematic was this episode, Josh? I don't think it was very problematic. The one really problematic thing is Warner's description of the crime scene, which is really gross, but it's not fun. It's just like it's a fairly, I would say, medical description of what happened, which could have.
I mean, it's super gross.
Yeah, it's super gross, but
yeah, it doesn't weigh really. It doesn't tick the boxes that we like to have it tick.
No.
And, I mean, I don't think it's so milquetoast that you don't think about it and that it's not problematic. But I think we're looking at like a 2 or 3.
I was going to say 2.
Max.
I was going to say 2. The blood splatter photos that are prominently displayed right next to Warner while she's saying that kind of bump it there. I mean, there's nothing else that's problematic in the episode except for the police work and the lawyering that we see it on display.
There's a lot of problematic police work.
Yeah. Yeah. So the guests, there's a lot.
I think this is the one other spot where the show's not like bad.
I don't know.
I don't think Ludacris is good here.
No, I don't think he's good, and I know that he's actually a pretty good actor. Like, I've seen him act in other things, and he's good, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's fucking Taj.
Yeah, and like, I don't know that Steven Weber does enough to really stand out to me.
I think his scene with Liv outside of the courtroom where she's asking if she's going to have to come back, I think that works.
I guess I'm just used to seeing him in a puffy shirt and an oversized tie saying some zingers, before he flies off to Nantucket or,
or flies from Nantucket.
Yeah, exactly. Flies off to Boston, I should say.
Yeah. Sandpiper air.
I did think that Lisa Gay, what's her name? Lisa Gay Hamilton. She's very good. Yes. And I think that
Ken was good.
Yeah, Ken's always good. Lisa Gay Hamilton, I feel bad because I think that she had
a really thankless part.
But she brought it, right? She brought the intensity to that role, which I think like made it seem real, but she wasn't given a good enough part to make us really give a shit about it, right? So it's thankless. Sure. You're right. Everybody else, I mean, Vincent Spano, he's fine.
He's fine. He doesn't have anything to do in this one.
Peter Garrity,
Michael Weston doesn't have much to do in this one. Peter Garrity's like in 2 scenes and doesn't do shit.
Yeah, and like Donnelly recuses herself, and Peter Garrity comes in, and it's like we don't even get a chance to see him. Besides, like he's not like it's not a point that he's the judge now, which I don't know, could have changed things. I don't know. It's annoying.
I will say that this is one of 2 episodes where Adam Beach is a guest star.
Yes.
And not main cast.
That's true.
And
Adam Beach is great. Yeah, Adam Beach is great. Yeah. Again, he's brought in, he does great work, he is doing good acting, and then he is dropped almost as soon as he arrives.
Judith Light's good in this too.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I don't know. A 4.
I mean, I think it's a 4 or 5 tops.
Because I think all these people are good. They're just underserved by the episode. I'm going to say 4 because I don't think...
and it's crazy because there's so many guest stars.
There's so many.
It's fucking insane how many guest... Like, recurring cast. I don't remember an episode where we had recurring cast... Like, the numbers of recurring cast is fucking batshit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4...
It's so many. It's so many. It's 10, 11, more recurring cast than guests.
13 fucking recurring cast members.
I mean, it's
that
huge.
never happens.
But like,
never.
Ludacris is kind of bad, right, in this one. And I think he's a good actor, and there's scenes
and
that
it's
are
just this dumb, like, why is he him trying, him being co-counsel and trying
so
part
dumb.
of the case is just stupid.
It's so dumb. So I don't want to give it more than a 4 because I think that while it does have a lot of people and some of them do good jobs, I think that Ludacris's role is bad. And I think they had to write it this way. I think he had to be co-counsel because they decided that this one was going to be a court case the whole way through. And the only way they could actually give him like enough screen time was to make him co-counsel. And I think that's dumb. From a
For sure.
You know, because it just didn't make sense to me. And if he's so smart, he'd let his fucking lawyer be the one dealing with this stuff and not open himself up to questioning in that way. I don't know. I'm giving it a 4. Now, quality, I think we can both agree that this was a 1, right? Are you budging above?
No. For those who can't see, I'm also holding up one finger.
Okay, great.
Which those who can't see is virtually everyone except for Max and Adam.
Actually, we can't see either because I had it hidden by my by the spreadsheet.
You're not doing a multi.
I only have one screen, and it's not that big. So that gives it
show I worked on.
Yeah. That gives it a slightly better score than I would have liked to have given it. It gives it a 3.25, which I think is a fair rating because there is a lot going on, and it's not zero stakes. I'm trying to see what we have in the 3s.
But it's very not good.
It's very not good, and you're very happy when it's over. So we give it 3.375 to Turmoil, which was another second unit photo shoot gone wild, which kind of fits. That's another, that was the Elliot and Dickie episode, of course, which was
so bad.
Also interminable and just such a pain in the ass to watch. Let's see, do we give a 2.5 to anything?
Yeah. We had a 2.2.
We have 2.2.
No, 2.5. 2.5 was stolen.
Yeah, stolen was a 2.5.
Which we have not. I'm editing that right now.
Nice. I guess 4.25 is sort of in the ballpark. That was the Beautiful Frame, which was the Jane Kazmarek Suburban Police episode, which was also a pain in the ass to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gave a 4.
Oh, we have a 3. There's a Melancholy Pursuits with a 3.
Oh, yeah.
With
Melancholy
Allie
Pursuits
Wentworth.
of 3. Another totally, but kind of like incomprehensibly dumb episode. So, yeah. A theme here. When you're below 4, it's a dog shit episode, but maybe it ticked some box that got it above a 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Man, I probably got to get going. I think my child has a dirty diaper that I should change. So why don't we roll the next one and see what we're working with next time?
All right. I am firing up episode .lol fueled by Flet. The tape is spinning. Bill and Ted are doing their thing. And we've got Taboo, episode 7 or episode 14 from season 7. Season 7, episode 14, Taboo. A college co-ed's tale of rape and an unknown pregnancy is suspected after detectives learn that she's been linked to not one but 2 abandoned newborns. This one has Skylar Fisk as somebody, I think.
I think so. I think that's the only name that I know.
And Yvonne Zelchko.
Okay. Oh, she's Sissy Spacek's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she was in Orange County. She was in Snow Day.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at
One Tree Hill.
Yeah, One Tree Hill. Not too many.
Fear of the Walking Dead, but just an episode of One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
She was in it. Oh, she's recurring in Castle Rock season 1. She's young Ruth Deaver.
Yeah. Her mom and dad. Her dad was a production designer on Badlands. That's where they met.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah, great movie. Much better than the episode we just watched. Cece
And,
Spacek
cool
is-
mom.
Yeah.
Cool
Cece
mom.
Spacek, she's totally rad. Like, there was this kind of rumor that she had lost her mind for many years, but she just sounds like a kind of cool, kooky lady who doesn't want to act in dumb movies anymore.
Yeah. Oh, Alison Becker's in this one too.
Okay.
Alison Becker's you'd know her from she's recurring, isn't she? Shauna Mulway-Tweep in Parks and Rec.
Possibly.
she
I'd
is.
have to look her up.
I'm looking her up right now.
Nice. But yeah, I don't totally recognize
Yeah,
these people.
yeah, she's Shauna Mulway-Tweep in Parks and Rec.
The references are Colorado, New Jersey, and Romania, and
course.
pseudocyesis. So it sounds like it could be interesting. And Andrea Yates. So Romania and Andrea Yates are dropped in this one. So that'll be an interesting.
Good times.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have hope that this will be better.
It gets better, guys. It gets
Yeah,
better.
It gets better. We've already had a lot of episodes that are way better than this one that we just did.
So much better. So much better.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully we get a season 9 episode that actually features Beach this time.
Yeah, get us some beach, you motherfuckers.
Because, like, I mean, sure, I've seen Smoke Signals. Sure, I've seen Wind Talkers. Sure, I'm a huge fan of Skinwalkers. But
of Arctic Air.
Yeah, and Arctic Air. But the reason I'm a big fan of Adam Beach is because of season 9 of SVU, and the only episode we've seen him in besides this
He's
one,
barely in
he's
it.
barely in it. So,
Yeah,
come
frustrating.
On. Come on,
Yeah,
randomizer.
Come on, randomizer. Randomize things in a way that we like.
Anyways, guys, until that time, please just keep on munching the Bensons. Keep on, giving us those 5-star reviews on whichever platform you listen to us on. That really helps us a lot.
Yeah, rate and review the podcast and munch the fuck out of our Bensons.
Please. All right. Bye, guys.
Cars you have to customize. It's all between you and the car you build. It's a bond, it's a commitment.
Sounds like a marriage.
Yeah, but with cars, when you trade up, they don't take half your shit.